This muscle is extremely important for your shoulder health and your neck health, and might even cause discomfort to your thorax. In this video we will show you a quick test that you can do at home to demonstrate why this muscle is super important. And we will show you 2 extremely good exercises to wake up this sleeping beauty. And of course we will briefly go over the muscle's anatomy and functions so you know what's what. But of course, if you want, you can skip it with these chapters down below straight to the action part. But we recommend you to watch the whole video so you know more and to get your neck and shoulder functioning better. Hi, my name is Markus, I'm a physical therapist, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then please do so. This little act of kindness will help us a lot. Thank you in advance. Yours truly, Markus. The muscle we are talking about is, of course, the serratus anterior muscle, the so-called punching and sawing muscle. This muscle attaches from the 1st to the 9th rib, and from there it goes and attaches to the medial part, the inner part of your scapula, aka shoulder blade. It is aureoled between the scapula and your thorax, so you cannot touch it from the back like this. You cannot scratch it if it itches, but from the sides you can feel them. This muscle can be separated into three parts, and these parts have a little bit different functions. The muscle as a whole pulls your shoulder blade forward, so think of push-ups, think of punching, sawing. The shoulder blade moves forward and backwards in these actions. The upper portion of this muscle anchors and stabilizes the upper part of your scapula when you are using the whole muscle or you are moving your arms and shoulders. And the middle part pulls it forward, straight forward, and the lower part rotates the scapula up and forward. The muscle is super important for the function of your shoulder. In isolation, the shoulder joint moves only about 90 to 120 degrees, and that's about your shoulder height. So when the scapula doesn't move, the shoulder blade doesn't move, the humerus hits the acromion. So we need muscles like the serratus anterior to rotate upwards the shoulder blade so you can grab your hidden stash of whatever from the top shelf. Oh, yeah. One of the worst problems with this muscle is the long thoracic nerve palsy, which means that the long thoracic nerve that innervates this muscle gets injured. This means that the scapula starts to wing, so the scapula just jumps off the back when the arm is moved. This is called winging, and you can see it from this image. But this can also happen without any nerve palsy when your serratus is weak and inactive. For example, you lean into something or do a push-up and the scapula starts to wing there. Because you have many prominent muscles attaching from the scapula to your neck and your upper back, the proper movement and positioning of your scapula is really important for the health and function of your neck and cervical spine. Do this quick test with me and it will explain you more than 1,000 words. So pull your right shoulder blade down and then try to side bend away to the left side like this. Now pull your shoulder blade up and then support it with your other hand, and now take your head as far as you can to the left side. Do you feel any difference? My clinical observation is that 9 times out of 10, when the shoulder blade is elevated, side bending and moving your head gets easier and you get less tension and restrictions. This demonstrates the effect that your scapula and scapular musculature has to your neck and cervical spine. As you probably saw from the anatomy image, the serratus lies on your ribs, and trigger points and tension and restrictions there can cause discomfort and even pain to the thoracic region. Alright, let's stop the blabbering. Let's go to the part that you've all been waiting for, the exercises. A small disclaimer before you begin to try this out. If you have severe pain or fractures or other injuries in the region, or you have the long thoracic nerve palsy, then consult your medical professional before starting these exercises. This is the basic exercise that I give my clients at first. We need to activate the lower and middle part of the serratus so that your scapula will rotate upwards and also slide forward. So you need a wall, so lean against the wall and have your hands straight perpendicularly to the wall. Take a step back so that you have weight on your hands. If your wrists can't take the heat, then do this with fist closed or put a towel roll under the wrist/palm like so. Now with the other hand, grab your pec, your side pec. This is to monitor if your pectoral muscle activates, and no, we don't want it to activate and steal all the work from the serratus. Of course, this part of the muscle moves, the pec moves while you are doing this exercise, but it can't bulge and tense up. Start to then push yourself away from the wall as far as you can without rotating away. And then relax yourself and then start doing this movement. If the pec starts to act up, you can lift your arm higher and try this new angle. This usually helps. And as you remember from the anatomy lesson and function lesson, this muscle has 3 different parts, and we especially want to target lower part. It brings the scapula up and rotates it. So doing this exercise in higher angles, not only for the relaxation of the pecs, but also to target different fibers of these muscles. So you can do 1 extra set with higher angles. Also, one thing that you can try to do here, you can hold the end position for 5 to 10 seconds, and this can even give you a better burn, but pick and choose which feels the best for you. Do this exercise 1 to 2 minutes every day for both hands. In 2 to 4 weeks, you'll notice a change. And if you continue for 2 months, you'll notice a huge change. You can also add more spice to this by taking your feet further from the wall and leaning more into the wall. This makes this harder to do. But remember to do slow, controlled repetitions without the pectoral activation. Go on all fours. Also, if your wrists hurt, you can do this with your fists closed, or then you can do it with a cushioning in the same manner that the first exercise is done. And now you let yourself hang loose. So you let yourself down, but not in that way. And let the scapulas relax and go slide back up, and now they can wing. And now take off your other arm and again start to monitor your pectoral muscles, and then start to push yourself away as far as you can from the floor, and then slowly coming back. And do this for 1 to 2 minutes slowly. And like the previous exercise, you can do this every day for the best results. But if you don't have that much time, you can do this 3 times a week. And if in this exercise the pectoral starts to act up, you can do the same as in the previous one. You put the hand forward, altering the angle of movement, and this might help. Especially on the floor, be mindful that you do the movement with your scapula, not by flexing and rounding out your thoracic spine. This is a compensation mechanism. We don't want to feed it. We want to feed your serratus anterior muscle. Here on the floor, remember to try also the isometric hold, so 5 to 10 seconds in this end position. Stay there, try how it feels, and also try different angles. Have the hand further away from you to engage the lower fibers of the serratus, not only for the pectoral relaxation but also for the lower fibers. You know that you've hit the spot when you start to feel fatigue or burning under your armpit or in your scapula on the backside. Yay! One thing that can also help you with neck tension, shoulder issues and thoracic problems is releasing the myofascial tension from your pec minor and your pec major muscles. This also will help you activate your serratus anterior better, because when the tension in the pecs is dealt with, they stay more relaxed and don't hyperactivate and start to dominate. So you can exercise the serratus muscles even better and get relief for your neck and shoulder issues. So check out our video that has a thorough guide on how to release the deep tension from your pec major and pec minor. Also in that video there's a link to our free myofascial release guidebook. So check the video, release your pecs, grab the book and learn how to release the entire myofascial chain. So see you on that video. Ciao!